even a self-reinforcing structure. Other people though that don't have that do all kinds of good things, and it's not like baked into this sort of apple pie. That's all I'm saying. And or they not do the same rewards that you might be entitled to. And
It's
to
all wrapped up.
and to like know or to even be aware of transgressions upon others or the how your actions affect others like down the line is that's almost an impossible thing to know. You're basically going to have to be apologizing forever for everything that you could possibly do. For every good that you do, you fucking ruin the villain's day. And he deserves a good day too, doesn't he? This is an equal system, right? Everybody's created, right? Or are some people created better? That might be the thing. Maybe some people are made better than other people. And in which case, I disagree.
What are you guys talking about?
Finding out who God's chosen people are.
I already know.
I think it's the Italians. That's why he gave us such good endowment.
Do Italians have big willies?
I mean,
Dude,
that's a good
the
sign that
Germans were
we're
the most
from God.
racist ones, dude. I'm telling you, bro. They were all about the genes, the pure Aryan.
Who came up with the Ferrari, bro?
Bro, I don't know. I know it's Ferrari's Italian. That's about all I know. I don't pay attention to that.
Rome's in Italy, isn't it? That's quite cool.
We got the best food.
Job, I heard you're anti-truther these days.
No. I am the number one anti-truther. How's your witch hunt going?
Witch hunt? What's that?
Who started this anti-truther thing?
Apparently, Kai says she came up with it, but it's a term that's existed before all this.
Yeah, who said it first? Or what are you talking about? It existed.
Kai said it the other day. I was wondering who said it first. Why?
Well, the point is that if you just declare war on the messenger of evidence that you don't want to believe or it's inconsistent or inconvenient of what you believed, then you're an anti-truther.
If I said to people, don't read the gospel, it's brainwashing, that would be an anti-truther?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like subjective and can be applied from any angle.
Yeah, but obviously the point being made here is that truth doesn't fear investigation. So a real truther would have gone to Antarctica and want to know what's there. Anti-truther would want with any made-up, fabricated story or excuse they can think of to dismiss it.
Yeah.
Or would have wanted it to be cloudy, or would have wanted the trip to get canceled, or would have wanted us not to go. We want to not see or know any information.
That's a problem, and those people do exist. And they are against that which was trying to be truth.
But Cube, I heard you've been talking reckless, bro.
Talking what?
Reckless.
What does that mean?
I'm always making all kinds of accusations about me or something.
About you specifically?
Yeah, I figured you can go ahead and do it now. I'm here.
I can't. I mean, yeah, the whole everything involved. This whole thing is pretty sus to me. Yeah.
Don't start moonwalking now, bro. Stay with your chest, bro.
I don't know specifically what you want to get into.
What accusations have you said? Should we clear the air,
I mean, well, so one of my things is weird. Like, you did like weren't prepared, like you guys were sleeping, like you're asking for money for like a backpack and a compass. Like, I mean,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know,
that's one of
you got
those
like a
things.
family in like a nice place, like you can't afford a backpack and a compass.
That's one of the things. Okay, first of all, I was trying to. I'd already spent thousands of dollars. Yeah, so I didn't ask for money for a backpack. I said if people want to help donate, I'm gonna try to go get a bunch of different things, and this included a gyro compass and a sextant, all these things I was looking for, which were listed as quite expensive. I didn't get to find half the things, and then yeah, I bought like $100 floating compass, a military grade compass, whatever, like a $89 backpack because they told us we couldn't bring enough bags. The point is that I just told, you're talking about the conversation I had in here. I just told Discord that supposedly I wasn't going to spend any money, but I ended up having to spend a lot of money. And that when I told people, if you guys want to donate and help, because I'm spending money I don't have, I was told I wasn't going to have to spend money. Then I said Cash App is preferable. Cash App started rejecting all the donations for the first time in 5 years. And now that I've gotten back from the trip, all of a sudden it works again. So, like, it's just weird. The narrative you just said is just weird. Like, you have a nice house with a nice family and you need money for a backpack and a company. I spent a ton of money on the trip that I didn't have. That's all there is to it. I just asked if people want to help, they can. And I even said, if you can't, it's all good.
Yeah, Witsit, fuck all the critiques, bro. Remember, dude, there's like a bunch of people out there on the earth that are like looking at what you're doing and they're willing to support it because they can't do it at the time. You're doing it. And that's what it is. Countless people go online and fucking beg for money every day, dude. And like, you don't go beg for money, dude. You're doing some shit. Respect, dude. Don't waste your fucking energy on any of that shit, dude. That's the one thing I wish I'd have fucking, I don't know. Just fucking keep going, bro. Fuck everybody. Don't listen to the noise. Just keep moving, dude. You're killing it.
For sure. Much love, bro.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. I think they're trying to bring the energy down. So whether they're doing it on purpose or not, or realize that they're doing it, that's all this is doing. Is
Ooh.
when they talk about someone specifically and not about a topic, when they don't know shit, like they don't even know what's going on, and they talk about it. Especially, it just brings the energy down.
Who's the
Dude, the
they you're
harder they're
talking
hitting.
about? Who's the they
Fuck.
you're talking about? The anti-truthers?
Yeah, like that kind of bullshit talk right there makes himself insignificant, and like it's weird.
This is what's so funny about the whole thing. These same people are gonna love me in like 2 weeks. Just watch.
Who?
It's gonna be so funny.
Well, yeah, you know what though, dude? Remember, it's like in here, like I think, like I mean, there's nothing wrong with like I guess like addressing it to some extent, but just don't overdo it. That's all I mean. It's like because you got a bunch of people in here that are conspiratarded, and like, and also too, remember, dude, like flat
Conspiratarded.
Earth, yeah, like fucking people are like like I this is why I never did flat Earth court back in the day, and this is why I'm thankful Geos is here, is because there was never a soft landing. There was, I mean, when we came out early on, dude, there was not one corner of the internet that was a soft landing for flat earthers, dude. Like not one. And then fucking we did flat Earth court because in Oakley everyone with
Can
the
can we
with the
not go back into history, dude? I was trying to talk to Witsit about stuff.
well, hold on then. Well, just I won't elaborate, but I'm just saying, like, the idea that there's like this whole group of people that actually do support you behind the backgrounds of the bullshit that you're in at the time, and that's what I would get across. But yeah, go on. But sorry to
So,
interrupt you.
I mean, Witsit, like, honestly, like, I think the whole observation that you guys did in the videos, it all looks pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie. The biggest thing for me is how you and Kai are acting, like how you're like labeling us anti-truthers. Kai's coming in here and she's literally like psychoanalyzing us. She's like, you guys are burning bridges, bro, and that's what's most revealing to me, honestly.
That's what you're doing. So I heard Kai's been pretty chill every time she's been in here. And you got people like yourself dropping pictures claiming she's a dude and I'm a girl.
I never
Just
said
like
that.
the
That's not me, bro.
weirdest,
That's not
most
me. That's not
schizophrenic.
me.
The point is that there are people doing that.
Okay, that's not
So,
me.
okay, you know. So you're saying that people are burning bridges? It's like, no, I've been in here and been super transparent about everything for years. This whole trip. As soon as I see something that people don't want to see, they burn the bridges. And to be honest, I'm doing exactly what Issa says. I've just been largely ignoring it and been super chill and not really taking the bait. And I've even, decided that when all these people realize what they're doing is really stupid, that I'll just forgive them. I don't care, But obviously, I will not forget.
Uh,
So
It's just it's just weird that
okay.
you guys are wait, you guys are flat earthers, right? And we all all flat earthers like beliefs are based on the fact that there's lots of government propaganda, lots of government scams, trickery, lots of people involved lying to us, and the idea that you guys are like calling us basically conspirators for like possibly being suspicious about people. Like I know you guys are like in our community, like perhaps, like you know, but like that doesn't really mean like you should like obviously you should be open minded, right? The the way you guys should have gone about it has been like obviously people are gonna be like suspicious. Like I understand that, but I want it to go. Like, but don't like label people like anti-truthers and stuff. It's kind of like it's a very obvious like a controller type tactic. Like these like different controlling like groups do, like therapists, like cops, all kinds of like it's that's the kind of thing that they do.
Right, but yeah, don't you kind of think, dude, that like when you're trying to tell someone about like the flatness of the Earth, right? And they're just like because you see the flatness of the Earth, and then they try to tell you about the curvature. You know what I mean? Like like in a certain sense, like that person, you're like literally looking at a flat horizon across the thing, and they're like, no, 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 I can see the curvature. And you're like, you technically you want to identify that person who thinks they see curvature as an anti-truther because you witness the baseline of a flat Earth. So like, if you went and witnessed something that was rare and whatever, like, and someone didn't believe you, just like a glober doesn't believe that you're seeing a flat baseline across the fucking ocean. Like, it's just that's where I think the concept, the anti-truther, comes from, if I'm not mistaken, bro. Just so you know.
So it's all pretty simple, right? Like this trip has elucidated a phenomena of anti-truthers, okay? And that is that if you believe something and then there is evidence that's contrary to your belief, you will do anything and everything you can come up with to try to discredit the source of that information in an indirect attempt to avoid having to face the truth. So,
I
you
actually have
can
no
try to
problem
play
with a 24-hour
victim
sun
if
down
you
there,
want.
dude.
I'm talking, dude. You can try to play victim or whatever, but I'm not going for that. You can be a man and be like, you say it with your chest, because I've had most people come and tell me, and I really don't care. I only came here to say them to you to give you an opportunity to just be a man, because this whole like, oh, I know for a fact that that was fake. That was like the moon landing 2.0. Austin's a Jewish
I
Masonic
never said
actor.
any of that
That's
stuff. I never said any of that stuff.
I'm addressing the overall phenomena of being an anti-truther. Okay.
But I don't even think it's necessarily like definitely fake down there. I have no problem with like most people. If there's a 24-hour sun down there, that has nothing to do with the ground, right? I don't even care how the sky works, bro. The sky is trippy as fuck. Optics are crazy. Nothing makes sense of the sky. I'd be fine with it, dude. I'm not even close minded to it. I just think the whole thing's suspicious, and I'm not gonna believe either way unless I like actually went down there and I was convinced. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even like I'm not even like I'm not even close minded to the fact that you guys might have seen it. You guys are just being highly suspicious, bro.
Now, so
How so?
like I want you to this is what people need to learn to do, right? They need to focus on being more empathetic, meaning being able to actually put yourself in another position and understand it, right? And then lack of empathy is like it's like a plague of modern society. Okay,
It's totally.
so imagine that you were in my position. Okay, and so I didn't necessarily want to go. I didn't like Duffy. I knew that they were being deceptive, but I knew that they would put someone else there that maybe wasn't really a flat earther or would instantly just be like, "Oh yeah, it is a globe," and they could run them around. I knew that a lot of people didn't think there was a 24-hour sun, including myself. I was highly skeptical of it because of like the different fakery and stuff. So I'm like, well, that's a huge piece of observational evidence that we should know instead of just like spinning our wheels forever. And then in order to do it, and I was told it wasn't going to cost me money, it's cost me lots of money. I'm like sick. I got no sleep, like at all. And so it's been like nonstop, like a million miles an hour for like 11 straight days. And toting all these bags in and out and traveling all through the snow and never sleeping and then briefings and orientations and presentations and then more observations and
Yeah, but you chose
everyone
to
in,
do that.
I'm talking, dude. Everyone in the world trying to like come up with every way they can to say it's fake. So we're trying to read through it and do everything we can to combat each one of these things to show that it's legit nonstop, all this just like around the clock. Then you obviously have the group that's putting on the trip being deceptive, right? Like not telling us that we could bring more bags. But all the Globers came with a bunch of bags, a bunch more equipment. So couldn't bring as much equipment and stuff as I would have wanted to do different tests or observations or whatever. And then them getting there a day earlier, being able to rest. But us like doing 24 hours of traveling, crazy layovers, get there, and then immediately like hit the ground running. And then when we get the Starlink set up, they don't give the flat earthers the Wi-Fi password for like the first like 7 hours, 8 hours, or even longer. And then
Yeah.
you have all these Glovers, obviously just like doing what they do, like taunting, gaslighting, pretending to take their victory lap, attacking. But then you have all these people, many of which you actually know and have talked to all the time about all kinds of stuff, and been very transparent. All of a sudden, they're attacking, and actually, like way more aggressively than any other group. To think that if I push back against it at all, somehow I'm the bad guy and they're a victim is a joke. If you were in my position and you saw all these people just making your whole community look retarded by just making up the most ridiculous stuff that wasn't the real sun, those shadows are fake. You can't see his breath. What all this crazy stuff that just is literally just not true at all. Right? Like if I just sit back and watch everyone do that, that's actually worse than me calling it out because it's the exact stereotype or caricature that they want to paint of flat earth, which is that
But
they're
if you
just
got,
schizophrenic and they deny
but
everything. And anytime someone gives them evidence that goes against what they believe, they just claim it's fake. And then they claim that that person is an agent or a shill or a mason. Okay. That makes us look retarded.
I mean, if you guys hadn't gone, and Flat Earth would still be doing all this scrutinization of the videos, lots of people would be auto hoaxing it. You guys wouldn't be calling people anti-truthers and stuff. Like, I mean, you guys signed up for this, and like you guys knew what was gonna happen, right? Like, don't you guys even I remember like you guys saying it, like you obviously knew it was gonna happen. You're gonna have lots of people not trust you anymore. If if indeed you saw a 24-hour sun, obviously that's just how the game works. You know, there's um I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think, I don't know. There's just a lot of things like
What do you like? Is it that you wish he didn't go? I mean, do you know how it would have been
I don't
easy for
care, bro. I
him
don't
to?
care either
It
way,
would have been
dude.
easy for him to make excuses, and
I don't care what the
it would
doing,
we
bro.
would still be in the dark. We would still be in the dark about the.
Yeah. That's why it
Would
should be
that
a celebratory moment.
that wouldn't feel good to know that we were like wrong, and then maybe somebody just like totally proclaims that there's no 24. You know, maybe it goes that way for 5 years or something like that, and then it's proven. So it's good to get this stuff out. That's what this movement is about,
Yeah,
actually.
that's the idea behind the term, by the way, which I didn't come up with. I'm not really calling people that per se. I guess you jumped in here and came with that. But it does make the point, which is like, dude, we're supposed to just be truthers. It's like we're like the world map, for example. That's like the royal family spent billions of dollars, and it took like hundreds of years of cartographers and explorations and stuff, and then they give us this curated little map. And so we discovered that this mainstream model we were told isn't true. Now we're just trying to figure out everything. Like they're not going to just tell us, so we're just like having to figure out it. There's no doubt that there are things we're wrong about, and only like people that aren't truthers, like your typical like globe zealot, will like taunt you about that. Like, "Well, where's your map?" It's like, buddy, you don't have a map. You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? But someone that's honest will be like, damn, obviously there's only like, of course they can't know everything. Of course they're gonna be like misled about things because they're just trying to figure it out. So a truther would just invite it in actually a celebratory way, like new evidence. Like if we're wrong about something, it is a good thing to find out that we're wrong. If you're a truther, it's a good thing. It's never a bad thing. I've had people suggest I shouldn't go. Like the one guy came in here and was like, "I was telling all the flat earthers not to go. This is going to hurt all the other flat earth society." So you're saying that we should have, the ideal situation for you is that all these different groups were making claims that aren't true, so that we could keep a bit like more numbers intact. It's better that people stay in the dark. Isn't that like what the groups of power have been doing to us? Right? Like intentionally keeping us in the dark so that they can
I mean,
control the movement, control the numbers.
like, so let's say you did see 24-hour sun, right? You're the only like you guys that went are the only ones that have had that experience. So you're like asking us to like have the same kind of like belief of experience that you have. Like let's say you have it. I'm not completely convinced. For the rest of us, all we got is a video. We got videos, bro. And you know that flat earthers don't just willingly just believe in any video they see. We know we're in a time period where a little girl can fucking make a moon landing video that's better than the Apollo mission. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Now you understand, I don't care if you believe it, though. You don't seem to understand the point. There's a difference in like you not believing or being unsure, and then people making these like adamant, definitive claims and accusations. And it's actually, I don't care personally. Like I literally don't care. Like, I'm built different in that sense. Like I just don't care. Okay. And like the only time I even kind of care is like someone I personally know. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, you're tripping. But I don't care. That isn't the reason I'm saying something about it. I'm saying something about it because it makes the community look stupid. Okay. And it is exactly what they need. If Flat Earth would just be super chill and be like what I'm being like, which is like excited and like this is awesome and this doesn't change all the other evidence. This is just like an additional piece of data that helps us further understand things. And thank you guys for spending all that money so that we can go and have trusted sources there, document it so that now we can know and we can move forward. And thanks for throwing FE on like the front pages everywhere. And thanks for chiseling out an avenue to have like a real flat earther get to go tell the world our actual positions. Like these are all positive things. Are we in a major shift of awakening where the creator is revealing some like major keys as to how everything actually works? Like, is this going to cause like this major breakthrough where we now begin to truly understand how things are working?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I'm seeing fucking everywhere in my feed. Everyone's like trying, like the people who think that they're Globers are trying to be like, haha, like this is like Rupert Sheldrake's wet dream, dude. You know what I mean? Remember, like he's like Rupert Sheldrake said, the enemies of an idea are the ones that spread the idea.
Yeah. And I'm wondering how someone like QOP knows the sleeping patterns of Witsit and can make claims about it when Witsit probably couldn't even tell you how many hours he slept or what day he slept or when he slept.
Dude,
Like
what?
it's just a weird way.
What?
When you say Witsit was sleeping, right, or slept too much or didn't care, didn't seem to be as active as everyone else on here, or when people say things like that, I'm wondering how they know.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
it's
that's the
just
story. That's the story
BS
I got.
accusation. Yeah,
The
no one
story I
cares
got.
about the stories you repeat and believe. You're believing the Globers that told you a story about what Witsit did when Witsit himself can't even tell you how much he slept, but he knows
Bro,
that he didn't get
Witsit was
out
on here. Witsit was
sleep.
live streaming on here, and he told us he's got to go to sleep. Like when like the Globers was still doing like good
That's
stuff.
not
Hey,
what you were talking about. You were talking about him sleeping too much and not being active as he usually was, and not being himself, and all that BS that you brought up here and are now crawfishing on when face to face being asked what's up, like what, how so? He asked you how so he was being suspect. You still haven't answered. I really don't want to hear your answer because I think this is just time wasting, right?
You
Like,
haven't answered. I don't want
but
to hear your answer.
when asked, no, when asked, the point is when asked face to face, when he's right here, you didn't want to answer. Your
What
answer
did I
was
want to
how
answer? I'm
so?
literally here waiting to talk, bro. What are you talking about?
You haven't answered anything.
I haven't
You
answered it.
just BS around. You just BS around like Globers do.
Well, you're
Yeah, and
bringing up
you,
Well,
the sleep
and you
thing, which is like
interrupted
an argument.
me.
Yeah, like the apparently
I
the flat earthers.
I mean, Q-Op, like you're
The,
kind of like a
hello, you guys are saying I won't answer, and I'm literally talking. So okay, so where was I going? Yeah, so apparently, like, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't there, but apparently, like, while the Globers were doing like the 24-hour sun like video, the flat earthers went to sleep because I mean, Witsit was literally on here last night. I mean, not last night. Sorry, the night before he like was supposed to be like awake like during that 24-hour like sun like recording. He's like on here all night, like debating us, convincing us that the whole thing's like authentic, versus like staying up for like the actual like observations. This is strange.
this
Bruh,
is the most retarded. Wait, time out, time out,
having the
time out.
sun
You
on you
just
for
said,
24 hours, dude. It's not easy, man.
yeah, but think about what he just said. He's like, instead of being up and staying up, he was on here awake talking to us. It's like, what are you talking about? Dude, I slept for like a couple hours underneath the table in the corner.
yeah,
Almost like everyone did, dude.
yeah.
Everyone took shifts. Okay. Like McKeegan's the only one that supposedly only slept like 45 minutes here and 45 minutes there. And like all I slept was like a couple hours here, couple hours there. And dude, I was awake. I haven't until last night, I had not slept more than 3 hours consecutively in 11 days. This
Yeah.
idea that I just went there and slept is such a joke. You
I think
couldn't have
like
done what I did, bro.
no, you're
Whoa,
putting out
whoa,
like
whoa! I couldn't have
Olympic.
done, bro. I wouldn't have
No,
been on top of that mountain with a 24-hour cam. Are you
uh,
kidding me? I wouldn't have
he
slept.
This
it,
is what I'm saying. It's
it's
Funny,
like
delusional.
bro. I
what
live on a mountain.
with what Witsit did. I think that it's like nearly like an Olympic level effort. Not just like the pressure changes, the barometric changes, temperature changes, and then just like, okay, now do some science, kid. And it's like, okay, well, while you're live streaming, and like people like you, Q up, and you only qualify as maybe like a level 2 flurfer, and you came to us as a Tartarian Tarzan on DMT,
All
boy.
right, now we're just
So
ad
like,
homing
so
me.
yeah, I know, but like this is the truth, and you should hear it. If
Tartarian
you're gonna ad
Tarzan. I
hom
kind of like
Witsit,
it.
if you're gonna, you should listen because it's true. And I've been here for a while, and I think Witsit's a
Oh,
real one,
okay.
and fucking so does Issa. Issa thinks he's a real one too, and like fuck, dude, who are you to be
I'm an
saying this type of
anti-truther,
shit? But you're
bro.
not alone, and it's good that you can, and it's good that Witsit has a good enough of a spirited person to actually entertain people like you, because you can bet your ass that it wouldn't be me doing this.
Well, yeah, you know what, too, man? It's like a lot of us, like, have seen the witch hunts over the years, bro. That's all. And like I think, you know, as much as you'd want to believe that, the Mossad might send Witsit in for the 4 years to hang out with us and figure shit out. I mean, as much as that conspiratorially kind of like, I get it. Like, I get that. Like, I get why people might think anything about me. I get it. But at the same time, it's
No one
also
thinks you're
like,
an agent, bro. You're irrelevant.
right. Thank you. That's I made myself irrelevant. Yes. And like, and that's where the point is that like some of us are like happy that one of ours is doing a great job. And like, it's like, that's all it is, bro. It's authentic to us. If you don't see it that way, that's fine. You know what I mean? But this also to me like puts on the table, like as flat earthers, our argument. I just saw that one dude's demonstration, and Eric Dubay made a video about the trip. And like in that video, he showed that one guy, and with it, you might know the guy who made the video with the example. I think you were referring to him the other day. But he's got a cool little mirroring effect, like how the sun would work. You know what I mean? And it's like it puts that on the table more definitively to me. That's what I'm kind of intrigued in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How this would be cool to someone that's just a truth. Now, this is what I find perplexing as well, though. A lot of people, you really don't have as much to lose. You don't have to go through as much, right? Like, if you're not like publicly, like, if you don't have like your real identity making content, right? It's not even nearly like the experience it is for us, where we have like we're all like the whole world over here got something to say. And so that's why I'm super confused. How can you not just be like, yo, whatever the truth is, because that's the idea. That's why we're supposed to be here. So there is
That
a
is what I
24-hour
said. That is
sun. I
like
just
exactly what
watched
I
it. I
said.
just watched it with my own eyes. It does circles around your head. Okay, just that is a fact. Now I get that you can
Witsit,
say that you don't believe it's a fact, or whatever. That's fine. But my point is that a truther should want to know that. And this is why I
I
keep on
so
saying. I
I
keep
do
on
want to know.
saying.
I'd love to go to Antarctica, bro. I literally have no problem with there being a 24-hour sun down there at all.
So much irony. You guys denied the 24-hour sun, all the people that ever went to Antarctica. And now, like, why weren't you the anti-truthers in that case?
Exactly.
Okay, sure,
Exactly.
I'll help enlighten you. Okay, because there was really not that many videos, and the one of them that was put out was edited. And then when we went and looked
But
at the
people said
webcam,
they saw it.
I'm not gonna play this game where you just think you can talk right through people. I don't know who
You
taught
literally
you how to
summoned
have
me, bro.
conversation.
You wanted this.
Winded though, I want
And
to
I'm
have a
not a
conversation.
man, bro.
A bunch of fucking
Witsit,
ad-homs.
might I ask you a quick question?
Wait, what ad-hom did I say, Jesse? Name one ad-hom I've said.
Oh my God, you guys have been going at Q up like crazy right now.
Name one
I'll
ad-hom I
handle the
said,
ad homes,
Jesse.
please.
What did Snacks just do to Q up? That was crazy, bro. That was
Oh,
ad
so
hoc.
I didn't do any add-ons. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but I would like it if you don't just immediately interrupt me, please. Okay. When we went and looked at the webcams that were stationed in Antarctica, they cut out 8 hours a day, which is very weird, right? And the videos that we were given, which were non-existent until Flat Earth became a thing and started pointing out they weren't there, then they were like, oh, here's one, and they edited it. They faked it. They took the beginning and put it at the end and looped it. And then we said, wait a minute, the beginning is at the end. You can prove it. Look, overlay it. It's the exact same clouds, everything. It's very clearly edited. And then all the Globers said we were crazy, we were wrong. Haha, you're just denying it. You can't accept it. People like you, Jesse. And we're like, no, we're just looking at the evidence. This is clearly faked. No, it's not. You're so crazy. Just gaslit. Then guess what happens? The guy comes out and admits it is edited. And then the Clovers act like that never happened and they move past it. So it got to the point where it was like, we can't just trust this. And that's why I do understand even flat earthers right now that are like, well, I can't just trust it or whatever. But you would think that people like if you've known someone for years and then they've gone and they literally recorded it from all kinds of different angles, including with the solar filter and 360 cams. And I know you guys haven't seen it all yet, but it's like you should definitely recalibrate because now we have like like trusted sources that went and brought it back to you. So it isn't an anti-truther position to be skeptical of the webcams cutting out for 8 hours and for them actually editing and faking the videos. Now, obviously, in retrospect, I'm like, well, there's no reason to fake it. So what are their excuses? The guy was like, the editor thought it looked better that way. That may be true. Like now in retrospect, maybe he's just telling the truth. Like the editor just changed it, right? Because it is there. You absolutely can throw a camera up and see it there. And so
Did you do a sort
Yeah,
of
but
overlap while you were down there?
How could you like try to attack somebody for having this like empirical view on the situation? Because for years, flat earthers, everybody's telling you, you got to go out and do your own tests. So there's a few people, like you granted, there's definitely going to be a few people that want to speculate, be suspicious. You got to expect that. Years of
yeah,
empiricism,
I don't think you should be surprised that a bunch of conspiracy theorists are going to like find conspiracy in places that it isn't, because not every conspiracy theorist is correct. Surprise.
Honestly, I'm just saying, like, it's weird to like attack your own community because they're empiricists when you guys have been empiricists for years.
So
Exactly. But now
I
there's a
don't.
flat earther going that we trust. So now I'm a horrible person. He's got a wife. Oh, that's what people
You're-
tell me. Dude, it's crazy, bro.
It's like I could say you would be like eating your own QOP, but like
Who's
you haven't even
attacking
been
who?
here long enough to feel
I'm not
that way.
eating anyone, dude. I literally said it might be the case that there's a 24-hour sun down there. I have no problem with it. That has no effect on like my world being stationary and like level.
And actually
Like
further
I just
discredit you
said,
guys to
I
like
need to go
one.
to Antarctica myself to believe it. And until then, I won't. That's just my
Okay, but
prerogative.
dude, did you not listen to what I said? I understand. And Jesse, you're not listening either. Like, I understand that if someone's like, oh, I need to observe it myself or whatever, that's fine. That isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking
Labeling
about the people. Shut up. I'm talking about the people that are lying and making definitive claims about people being actors and people being Masons and Jews that are crypto Jews pretending.
Yeah, well, I didn't do that, right?
a
What's
lot of
up?
flat earthers actually think that might be the case for people like Dave Weiss.
You see how you just completely deflected from my point? So someone being skeptical is totally different than pretending they know that this was moon landing 2.0 and we're liars and we're actors and stuff like that. That's two different things. That's two different things.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you a question?
You accept that people really don't trust Dave Weiss around here?